is another developer in another part of the world. But again, the reason to do these projects is to make the maximum. They come with us, they want the maximum green, absolute maximum green. So then it's like ping pong. They ask me that, but then I come back to them with something even farther down the road than they thought. So, and this is an enormously interesting site because it goes back into deep time. As at the beginning of this lecture, I talked about macro scale and deep time into the ancient past and into the distant out there in the solar system. This site goes back into deep time. We're here in the GNC, Great Greek civilization. We have Meletos, the first gridded city in Western civilization. And that sacred city of Didyma, where they made that sacred path. And our site is right here. Land that had never been built on until now, because now we can desalinate ocean water with reverse osmosis membrane windmill power. So one of the reasons why this becomes possible. And then the inspiration of Meletos. I always love this plant. It's such a beautiful plant. Different scale of the grids. And I went there, and of course there's not much there. You can see a few fragments and a few pieces. And I actually went the same path as the Greeks did from Meletos down to Didyma. And you know, Didyma is a sacred city where there were these oracles. It's like a strange place, and there's some fragments there, and I swear to God, the gods, the Greek gods, are still alive. I mean, Medusa's eyes are alive. In fact, I was walking around and I got caught. There's some kind of spirit that's in this place that you really can feel. So the spirit of the site. And so, okay, so I say to the developer, look, we want to maximize the landscape. We want zero ecological footprint, right? Dense pack islands, right? Maximize natural landscape, zero ecological footprint. And so this was my sketch. One kind of a platform that's above, one that's into the ground, one that's on the ground, like keeping that whole, you know, like the idea of one that's tucked under the ground, one that comes a little bit in the ground, and one that's over, and that becomes a kind of headpiece. And there are three types of housing. One very economical, that really makes it a year-round town, and one medium, and then one luxury village. So there's three types of housing. And basically, the working drawings are finished, and this is what it looks like. They basically have agreed, and you know, these are local stone and concrete with the grass coming over the top. This is a Greek Turkish bath with water pools on top. That's the kind of pedestrian access. By the way, the height limit is two and a half floors, and these are, I think, 30 villas, but they're divided in ways that the courtyards connect to the courtyard. So these are dense pack, all gray water recycled, geothermal heating and cooling coming from the sea, and reverse osmosis desalination being powered by windmills. And it was on hold, but suddenly now it seems to be coming to life. And I thought it needs some kind of a headpiece, some kind of a major gathering place. We have a plaza here, some shops here. And what I thought of a polytheistic space, a space of all religions, a space for everyone. How could I give it character? So I thought about equinox, which by the way is Thursday, November 30, for all those who love spring equinox, Thursday afternoon on the 20th to 1:30. My first house, by the way, lines up with spring equinox. I'm going up to Manchester, Washington, with my 87-year-old father to check sunrise and be sure that it's still lined up with spring equinox. So this was just three solar spirals: winter, summer, spring, and autumn. That give the character to the space. Otherwise, it's just a white concrete. But that's something. It's enough because of the play of sunlight and just simple wooden benches inside. I think a great space for any kind of activity that they would have there. So that's